Hi everybody, I hope that you guys are doing well. We are here with a general reading. Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I'm seeing there be something that you feel worried about. I was looking at the Ten of Pentacles. Generally a basis on something materially going on for you. We're going to get more detail. But yeah, definitely something something that may be causing some friction or stress for you, mentally, emotionally. We are starting off with the Six of Cups. A decision needs to be made about a relationship. You could be waiting on someone right now, actually. Six of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. This is somebody that you've definitely had something going on with this person in the past, and you may be waiting to see where things go now. The feeling is that something is remanifesting between you and this person, and you are in a space where you're waiting for that to kind of see what that is. To have the Seven of Pentacles, it's like you don't really know what's going to materialize of this connection yet at this point, and maybe you feel like that's a bit of a challenge right now because of things not feeling completely solid. Feeling a bit ambiguous as far as options of what's going to be unfolding. What could potentially even unfold between you and this person. I'm hearing, what do you think is going to happen? This is not a new person, okay? This is somebody that you've had experiences with them before, okay? Something was like going on between you and this person in the past. So it's not like you just met somebody and you're trying to figure out, no, this is somebody that you know, okay? You have history with this person. It's like, why is this coming up now? And why is it an issue now? Sorry, I can see O in our kitchen over there. Shenanigans. So yeah, the feeling is that like something is popping up, and maybe something that didn't feel relevant for a long time is now for some reason relevant again. It's like, why are you sitting around waiting for this? Like, what's actually happening, and why do you feel like something's happening now? Because clearly something's going on. Like, this wouldn't be coming up for no reason. But it seems like there's a lot that you don't know. There's like a template for what's going on, but it's only half filled out, and you feel kind of in the dark about where this is going to go. You want things to be peaceful. Okay. We have strong Aquarian energy here. Your hope is for things to go with this person in a direction where you can find a sense of peace, especially where that had been lacking before. Whatever had gone on, there had been some sort of drama with you and this person, and you're in a space where you were like, I am manifesting peace into my life, and if I need to move on from this to get that, that's what I need to do. Looking at Aquarius, Page of Swords. I'm looking at the Knight of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Definitely can be a chaotic energy, like a bit of a tornado in your life. Could have been the impression of that in the past. You're focused on your healing path right now. To have Aquarius and the Page of Swords, it's like and the Six of Swords, It's like focusing on studying things about like healing and moving on and what you need to do for you and how to feel like a sense of completeness maybe where you weren't feeling that before, and how to be like independent and autonomous and things of this nature in an empowering way. Like really listening to what you feel like you need, and but also exploring more about your purpose, learning more about yourself. So in getting away, in like moving beyond the cyclical nature of whatever was going on in the past, and I mean, for some of you, maybe this isn't just a person or just a single relationship that you had. Maybe this was something ongoing that had been happening, or it could be like the house that you were raised in, or the home that you were raised in, or the environment that you were raised in, or like patterns in general. Ancestral trauma, can be lots of things. Whatever this is that's associated with the past, you didn't feel like there was you felt like there was peace to be gained, and that's what you're focusing on now. For some of you, though, this was a relationship. Definitely seeing that. There's potential for you to have a new beginning with this person. So feelings are bubbling up that's connected with the past, so that's why this is relevant now. So this isn't something that you like put in a box and close the top, or at least if it is, the top has been lifted off of the box because something is spilling out now, is what I'm seeing. And it looks like something is going to manifest because of that. You may be feeling conflicted about like just that sentiment. Yeah, you have to make a choice. Think about what you want here. It seems like, are we going to prioritize the past, or are we going to prioritize our peace? Do you want to move back into the past, or do you want to move on from it and start something new? I'm seeing you be in a spot where you're still trying to figure out what to do. You feel confused about what's right for you. You may feel also confused because of this person. Again, I'm getting strong Aquarian energy here. You may feel confused because you're still trying to figure out the purpose of your relationship with this person. You know how sometimes we can like get lost in titles and things like that, that sometimes we lose what's going on behind it because we're just like looking at the label. Regardless of whether you think this person is a soulmate or a twin flame or this or that, like you can have the most intense, amazing, magnetic bond with somebody, and if they're not willing to show up and be a good partner for you, or be in a reciprocal type of relationship, it doesn't matter how close your bond is. It's something to take into account, is how someone chooses to show up. Because you can have situations with people, and all different types of relationships. You feel close with them, you don't feel close with them. This is easy in the relationship, this is hard in the relationship. You don't communicate well, you do communicate well. You can have like a whole rainbow, a whole array of relationships, and it's always going to depend on how someone chooses to show up. Because maybe you do have, it's like when you talk to somebody, you have great conversations with them. However, like they don't answer the phone. And so where does that leave you? Like you have great conversations with them when you do talk, but do you want someone that's absent? So you have to bring yourself back to a place where you're asking yourself, when it comes to behaviorally, regardless of anything else, regardless of how easy this is or how stressful this is or whatever, when it comes to behaviorally how somebody's showing up, are they showing up? Are they not showing up? Because for some of you, you may be getting distracted by like, are they a twin flame? Are they a soulmate? Are they this? Or are they that? And you're forgetting to take into account how this person's showing up. You want to come back. You want to ground yourself and ask yourself, what type of energy, what type of frequency is this person on? And what type of energy is that bringing into my life? And that's going to be a very good place for you to start. It feels like there's this sense of confusion of like, am I supposed to do this? Am I supposed to do that? Like, I don't want to do the thing that is like the wrong thing, but it's not really like that. When we're looking at things in a black and white way, it's going to become very, very confusing for us. So this whole thing that you're trying to figure out when you're in a space where you feel very confused and you're trying to make a choice and you don't know which choice to make, there's more information that's needed. There's probably also a perspective shift that's needed as well for you to pivot. Because while you're in this space of like, I don't know how I feel, I don't feel that I have the clarity, I'm still trying to figure this out, I wouldn't advise making a decision yet. Because it's like you're surrounded by fog. How do you know the direction that you're going to be going in? And if you're that confused when you make this choice, it's going to be made arbitrarily. Because the stuff that you need to make this choice is not present right now. And so working on finding clarity for this confusion that you're feeling emotionally is the first step to being able to make a decisive choice, and one that feels clear, and one that you feel empowered by. Okay, just repetition. This is about a relationship that you have, about a potential commitment of yours. You are analyzing it, trying to understand, still feeling unsure about things emotionally for you and this person, and what it all means. And will you renew it? There is potential for a new beginning, but again, I'm seeing you be in a space where it's very much split down the middle, 50-50. Do we do it? Do we not do it? Everything is split so in the middle. Like the Seven of Cups is in the middle. The past is the first card that we start with. The new beginning of the Ace of Pentacles is the card that we end with. And then we have this here too. It's like everything is, you are completely in the center on that fence. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a sway and figure out which way the wind is blowing. Things ended with this person because somebody would not get vulnerable. So I guess we're like getting more background. It feels like this is important for a reason. I'm seeing an ending that would have like really not felt nice at all. Because it's not just an inevitable painful ending. It's like somebody really came through with a poor attitude as well. And like was not trying to work together. The Five of Swords is not going to collaborate with you. So whether this is your attitude or this was your person's attitude, if you want to call them that, this person that you're dealing with, somebody's was in a space where there was a lot of like resistance, and it would have been very hard to collaborate with this person in any way and like work things out. And I'm seeing justice, which looks very much like, because of the space that somebody was in, because of, see, this is all about willingness. This is somebody that's not willing to show up and do the work. This is somebody that is functioning from a space of not wanting to be a team player. This person is about themselves. That's the space that they're in. And we're not like labeling this and saying like they're a bad person because of this or anything like that. It's not black and white. we're just saying that this is the space that this person was in. They weren't in a space to be collaborating and working with another person in a team way, and you were in a team situation with this person, and that's why it made it so difficult. Okay, so things came to an end. We're taking this into account because with justice here, justice is like the repercussion for this. Like there needs to be a consequence for this. Otherwise, if there's not a consequence for it, we're telling somebody you can treat me however you want and that's okay with me. And then we're not advocating for ourselves. And it becomes an issue because it's codependent, or you're like martyring yourself. And that's not going to feel good to you either. Like, that's not you being in the light. That's going to be an issue with blocked energy. So, definitely something to keep in mind about how things ended with this person and why things ended. And also, like, how they acted afterwards, too. You could also still be in a place, too, where, like, because of feeling hurt from this person, you're like, I'm not opening up to them. That's also what this can be, too. Like, I don't feel safe to open myself up. Like, based off of how things ended and how painful that was, like, I really don't feel open to that. So you also want to pay attention as well. Can we work together? See, this is what we were saying before, why it's so difficult. If you have somebody that's willing to collaborate in a partnership, there's room to like communicate and to make things work. But Five of Swords is somebody that you're like, not you, but that is like being seemingly like forced into a situation. And this is someone that's like, I don't want to collaborate. And so like a relationship is the antithesis of this energy. I'm seeing this being reflected upon with the Hermit. There's a lack of trust between you and this person. Somebody may have betrayed the other person. This shows that, like, even though we have a connection, if we get together, I'm not going to trust you. And I don't trust myself enough that if something were going on, I'd be able to tell. There's, like, a lack of security here more than anything. For some of you, too, I'm seeing this very clearly. Because of how things ended with this person and the space that they were in, you felt like it was completely justified not to get into another relationship with them again. And you feel that by getting back together with them, you would be sabotaging yourself. Straight up. And you even feel like getting curious and moving into this space of bringing these things back up again. Is potentially not healthy behavior for you, you would be feeling. Like me even, like imagining that this is going to go in that direction. Although you definitely went through some really difficult things within that relationship, I'm seeing that at the same time it also led to very big changes for you, which were transformative. Yeah, what I'm seeing is that morally, like when it comes to yourself, when it comes to your beliefs, I'm seeing you be in a space where you feel like you would be doing something from a shadow space if you were to get with this person because you don't feel trusting. So it seems very much like, as far as what's showing up here, if you were to trust yourself, you know that this is like a big red flag. I want to say this too. sometimes the signs that we get from our guides are more subtle, meaning when we're with somebody, or like even within our lives, if we feel like something is right, you don't even think about it. You just do it. It's like an automatic thing. It's like a very clear green light where, like, when you see a green light, are you like, do I stop or do I go? It's not like that. You just go when you see the green light. But when you have a situation where you're like, do I stop or do I go? Usually it's like, maybe this isn't a great situation and that's why I'm stammering here. But part of me like doesn't want to believe that, or part of me doesn't want that to be true, or like say it isn't so, but it is, you know? So that's definitely a way that our guides communicate with us. If you don't feel like you have a full, clear yes, it's probably a no. Or it's probably a, let me wait and think about this and really like gather up all of the information that I need. Because when it's right, you're not double checking because everything is just flowing in sync. It's when there's an issue that you're like, maybe I should look into this more. Like, maybe I should check tarot readings, or like, maybe I should journal about this, or whatever it is, or maybe I should talk to my friend about it, because you feel unsure. But you know when something's right, that it's like a right feeling. So know that if it doesn't just feel like that green light feeling, there's a reason why, and that's something to look into, which I imagine is why you're here. So I absolutely hope that this was helpful to you. I hope that this clarifies whatever it was that you were looking for to understand, to get answers. I hope that this is what you hoped and needed for it to be. So we are looking at Aquarius, Gemini, Taurus. I'm seeing Cancer on the bottom of the deck too. All right, my friends. I want to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for connecting. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.